Welcome to Investors Insights. Our topic today is Market Super Bowl week.
Yes.
Well chosen with the Super Bowl at the end of this week, regardless of what your team is. There's a lot of things going on in the markets, news, earnings, politics that could make this into Super Bowl week for markets and people's portfolios. Trey, you rattled off a ton of information, came at us at full speed this morning. Obviously, too much caffeine.
Yeah, a little.
And so, on that note, tell us all the things going on this week.
Some big things happening this week. We'll start with on Wednesday, the Janet Yellen, the head of the Federal Reserve, will be making her last public statement. There won't be a press conference, so it'll be a release statement. But it could impact the markets and your money because with her not having another meeting, who knows what she's going to say.
Sure.
She may be a little more honest, maybe a little more hawkish, which means a little more aggressive in her statements, talking about what to expect. And markets will watch that very closely.
Right.
In addition, on Tuesday, we have the State of the Union address by the president.
Yes.
After being over in Switzerland, he made a lot of fans there. Does he carry that kind of positive speech here?
Right.
It's hard to
Change in direction.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but I think he's proven to be very, hard to anticipate.
Right.
And so I think the markets will react to that. And then, really, one of the outside of the geopolitical and outside of D.C., 100 of the S&P 500 largest companies in the U.S. will report earnings this week. So it cannot be understated how impactful that'll be to the markets.
Right.
These are companies
that could be the Super Bowl of the week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. One at a time, one play at a time, 100
Right.
throughout the week. And that's companies make earnings. Earnings drive the market higher. If the earnings or growth are good. What will be interesting to see is with the new tax bill, companies will be incentivized to realize losses last year. And this is while we're in 2018 now. This is really fourth quarter 2017. So will they pull forward losses to realize them in the higher tax environment of 2017?
Right.
And so that should be interesting to see how companies how they project the benefits going forward. It's going to be really impactful.
Yeah, and let me say this, is that both Trey and Ashley later this week will be doing videos or vlogs, which will talk about economic indicators that we feel like are very solid and fundamental, answering the question or at least providing information. Can this market go higher? That's the question we keep getting asked. Emails, how high can this market go? Do we still have growth ahead of us? Is it sustainable? Now, Ashley, let's just give them a glimpse here because you talked about manufacturing and equipment this morning. Talk about that in relation to the economy.
Well, Trey just ended his part with tax reform, and I'll pick right back up there. The tax reform is really helping manufacturers buy equipment much more quickly. They're either doing one of two things. They're either accelerating their purchases, or if they were already planning to purchase, they're buying more than they would have. Right. So the growth of that type of large ticket item is 12% plus this year forecast.
Right. Okay.
One of the highest it's been in years.
Right.
That will be market impactful.
Oh, very much so. If they were planning on their industry or their market growing, they wouldn't be buying that equipment.
These are long-term decisions. So
exactly.
A lot of optimism, really.
Yeah. So those are the indicators we'll be talking about later in the week as Trey and Ashley both do vlogs. We're going to keep you updated, provide you a lot of information that you can use and also relate it to your personal portfolio here at File Plan Partners, as well as how the markets can impact it. And of course, on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, we're going to continue to provide information that way as information becomes available. We greatly appreciate you watching. We greatly appreciate the questions you ask. And for those of you that have forwarded it to others to provide them information, we thank you for that as well. Have a great week, and Super Bowl, we're on our way. Thanks.